shit. Nothing else is happening. Not one single thing unless you get this crowd to a fever pitch, Robert. Let's go.
Dallas, I need you to show me and show them the energy you've had all weekend long. Let's rock the house. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Let's go. She loves to laugh. She loves to sing. She loves everything. She loves to move. She loves to groove. She loves everything. All night, every night. So hold tight, darling. You gotta hold tight. She said, any way you want it, any way you want it. She said, I never knew what my love could do. Ooh, then we touch, then we say about loving things. Hold tight, hold me tight. So hold tight, oh, you gotta hold tight, darling. Any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it, are you ready? Let me hear you one more time. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She said, any way you want it, that's the way you need it. Any way you want it. Dallas. When we come to Jensen's hometown, the caveat is we're working on Jensen time. Sometimes as a rock singer and an MC, one has to lengthen the song until the walk catches up to the stage. But in the meantime, I ask you, are you ready for Jensen? Are you ready for Texas's own Jared and Jensen? Are you ready for Jensen and Jared? How have you guys been? Been good? It's been a fun weekend. I know I'm ready to see them. It's been a while. I just saw them backstage. They were eating chicken wings and stuff. It smelled good. Oh, they smell so good. They still, after all these years, even in spite of the chicken wings and beer, they smell like gold. It's the musk that Rich and I talk about. And we can just bottle it up. I don't know how they do it, really. Did I ever tell you about the time that Jensen got fit for one of these things? It's called an in-ear monitor. It fits perfectly in your ear. And the ear doctor came to set and fit his ear for an ear monitor. And the ear doctor had to take a knee. Small tear dropped from his eyes. He said, "That's the most perfect ear canal I've ever seen." It's a true story.
Ladies and gentlemen, loud and swing.
I gotta give a little shout out to our buddy Bobo here, who just did about 15 minutes of improv during a Journey song, killing time, talking about your ear.
We started early.
There was your ear
early?
canals were
I took
discussed.
you told to do the ear canal bit.
Were you also doing P90X?
I was. I was simply walking on the stage. But no, we covered a lot of ground. I got to know the audience, each and every one of them.
There was a lot going on. Robbie, kudos. It was very impressive. Well done.
But hey,
Rob Benedict, Rob Benedict.
We know as much as we love Rob Benedict and appreciate that moment. This is not about Rob Benedict.
Not about me.
I'm going to make this official. I'm going to do it right now. Good people of Plano, Texas, Dallas, Texas, and all the surrounding counties, please, I want a big-ass Texas welcome for Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki. Stage is yours, boys.
Thanks, mate. Thank you, Benny.
All right. Here we go. Woo! It's good to be back home. Collin County. Where are you at? Woo!
Just so
Oh, you guys are like, I thought we were in Dallas. Nope.
Just so we're very clear, this was a gift from a dear friend who works on the show,
I didn't give that to you.
who's from Britain. Y'all see it?
I think something's wrong with it. Does it take batteries? What's happening?
It is. The batteries are old. I didn't charge them last night. Hi, guys, gals.
Hi, y'all.
Apologies ahead of time. We're a little embarrassed. We both wore our beards today. We didn't know we were going to match. Thanks, Mom. Thanks. Mom, sister, cousin, whoever's cheering.
Girlfriend.
Thanks, girlfriend. Show yourself. Who are you?
After the show. Backstage.
Girlfriend gay. Boyfriend gay. Listen, whatever. I mean, love is love. What does it mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean, what does it mean? Here's Texas, and this says, ain't Texas. Although, what's interesting is up here, these mountain ranges. You got the Rockies, and the Appalachians right there. And now I need a bath.
And now I have regrets.
Regrets.
No regrets.
What's the next line? The sage in bloom like perfume deep in the heart of Texas. Deep in the heart of Texas. Still got it.
Lord, sorry. Apologies, guys. All right, let's go ahead before we embarrass ourselves more. That was phenomenal, Gordon. That was fantastic.
Hey, real quick, can you? Are you
Yeah.
taking requests? I have a request.
Okay.
Can you do all the states? It's my favorite.
All 50 states, or which like
All of them.
Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas. Hi, y'all. Utah, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming.
Jared Padalecki, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Like you said, do your times tables now.
The periodic.
Is that the only thing you learned in school? It's the only thing that stuck.
As a matter of fact, yes, it is. Without a doubt. Pi, 3.1415926585388.
Is that cherry or apple? Thank you.
All right, there are people standing up going like, what are they talking about? I have a question.
He's nervous in front of his mom and dad.
It's true. It's true.
But he brought his mountains. All right, let's get
All
this.
right,
All right, here we go. All right, bringing it back.
How are you?
Hi, good.
Hi.
Hi.
Good, hi.
So, have y'all ever considered racing the Impalas once this series is over? And if so, who do you think will win?
Hey, take it easy. Racing the Impalas. Well, I'll tell you who will win. Whoever wins is the person sitting behind the steering wheel of the one with a 502 under the hood.
Yeah, there's only one that has a big block V8, so I'm fairly certain that's the one that'll win. However, when we do quickly escape with them, the show's over, and get them down to Austin, there is there's a little road course out there called Circuit of the Americas. Maybe we'll go give her a test.
Thank you. I like your crown, by the way. What's up with it? You're 50? Yeah. Bravo.
Happy birthday. All right. Hi there.
Hi. First off, thank you both for just existing. More so Jensen than Jared.
Hold on one second.
Side, right?
You could thank those 4 people over there.
I did. I was like, thank you. So, yes. So my question.
You know what? You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Especially thank you, Jensen. Appreciate that. My question is, so you both have your bar and your brewery. What made you guys decide to open those establishments?
Beer.
Well, yeah, obviously. But like, what made you feel like, you know what, that's what we want to do? Because we appreciate it. Trust me, we do.
I think for me, to start, so when I was, Mom, Dad, shut your ears. Shut your ears. When I was not 21 yet and I had my fake ID, shut your ears. I grew up.
I never had a fake ID. I had a real ID
That said Eric.
that was my buddies who looked like me who was over 21.
Fair enough. Well played. Well played. I would.
I'm just kidding. I did.
No. Oh, Alan, Donna. No. He never, ever. But ooh, Just buy water.
It really boiled down to profit margins, and the investment. At that time, there was a real need for that in the marketplace, and so we really kind of broke it down to what it was going to be from a capital investment standpoint, to a return standpoint.
Yeah.
And then it just really the numbers made sense for that particular. Could have been anything. It could have been toilet paper, but it just.
By the way, did you invest in that toilet paper?
And I didn't because the margins weren't there. But again, looking back at those numbers and really crunching them, really it just kind of that was the one thing that really stood out to both of us. And there's a law that prohibits one manufacturer owning a retail space. So you can't have, it's a three-tiered system, you can't have that, it's only one. There can be a manufacturer, there can be a distributor, and there can be a retail space. He decided to take one, I decided to take the other. We're just looking for the third Winchester to get it distributed.
I'll be there, Winchester.
That's how you debate!
You know, I'll invest if you want. I'm down.
I blacked out, what happened?
Thank you for your question. Hope to see you at the. I got you. Cheers. He's got some mountains of his own.
It's like Texas Hill Country.
Someone just yelled. Show us! Hi, how are you?
At a different airport.
That was really dramatic.
Yes, Jared, it was.
My chair flattened.
And this is why we
Don't have nice things.
That's why we can't have nice things.
So I love your voiceover work as Jason Todd in Under the Red Hood. Your big finale speech always brings me to tears every time I watch it. So what was where did you pull from for that beautiful speech?
I have to go back and figure and try to remember that. It was, doing something in that medium. Again, here's a completely different. Going back to the earlier question, here's something completely different. You can do voiceovers. My father's been had a career in voiceover work and that kind of stuff for quite a long time, which. He's a man of many talents, but that certainly is one of his great ones, and he does very well with it. And I thank him for whatever he taught me or whatever I got from him that gave me the ability or even the confidence to go and do a job like Under the Red Hood. That being said, it's a totally different process than what we do on Supernatural or what most people do in television or film. This is me in a recording booth just reading the lines with no other actor there to play opposite, not hearing somebody else reading the other lines. Literally, I just go line by line, recording it 3 different ways. Now, that's really weird when you come from a set where you're rehearsing scenes and you're trying to make them as realistic as possible.
That's hard.
Yeah, and so I remember doing some of those long speeches, and just using my personal life moments to kind of pull from and use that to give me emotion or direction on how I wanted to perform it. But again, it was interesting because you couldn't really get into a scene or get into a rhythm with the character or the other characters because there was no one there to do that. It was just you alone in a booth. I will say though that as odd as it was, I have done a few more that aren't out yet. So. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi. So I was wondering if somebody were to sit down and watch the show from start to finish, what's one theme you would want them to take away from the show?
Texas.
Via Kansas. No, it would probably be always keep eating.
I think I was talking about this
Pie.
3.1415926585.
Jerry.
Chairs. I feel like I talked about this earlier a little bit in my private degree, and I feel like one of the things that I learned, or not learned from the show, but was sort of reinforced from my time on the show, which isn't over yet, is that these guys did the best they could. It's almost the same I just talked about my folks, who I think are somewhere over there. They just did the best job they could with what they had. You know, you don't need to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Just do the best you can do. Work hard, be true, be honest, be loyal, sacrifice, and just do the best you can. And that's kind of what the boys went a bit too far, maybe sometimes. You know, I mean, I didn't see Jared doesn't want to be Lucifer ever, and I don't know why I'm talking so high. I feel like the boys being the Winchester boys, of which I guess I am one, always did the best job they could. So I feel like that's what I would want to live with and pass on.
Yeah, it is. It's the good fight. I think that's a big through line with this show is these brothers they fight for each other and they fight for what they believe is right, and it's and I do love that message. In fact, since you're here, and Dad, you may not remember ever telling me this, but when I moved out at the age of 18 and moved to California, there were some great pieces of advice. One of them was, make sure you stand for something, because if you don't, you'll fall for anything. And I believe that the brothers, the Winchester brothers, they fight to stand for something. And I love that about the story in this world and these characters, is they fight for what they believe in. So. Thank you.
Australia, then went back to Los Angeles and had a several-hour meeting with our producers and writers and sometimes directors. And so Jensen and I know how the show is going to end.
Why would you tell people that?
Write this down. We're not gonna. I'm not gonna. Well, I will absolutely tease you. You watch your trap. No. I feel like I'm not gonna give. I'm not gonna spoil the end of the show. It means too much to me. It's been too long. I'm not gonna reveal the ending. But
I'll tell you whatever.
Just write it down. But I'll say.
Problem is, I already forgot, so.
I'll say. Is that Dale? I will say that the last scene of Supernatural. I'm not going to say it. I'm just saying that will be the most.
Because it is better than Game of Thrones.
And then?
Because it is better than Game of Thrones.
No, I don't know. Pull up. I'm gonna pull up. Nice to see you,
You
Jensen.
could just buckle your seatbelts, stow your tray tables. We're going to be experiencing some turbulence.
The most, there's some, I would not like to deal with the Leviathans anymore. I think I'm happy that we put those to bed. I hope those don't come back.
You put them to bed?
Oh yeah.
So they're sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
For how many years?
Many. What would be, you know what, I would like to have another crack at Hookman. Yeah.
Do y'all know the story of Hookman? Or the story of our episode of Hookman?
Yeah.
No, the honest story was we shot the pilot, we shot Wendigo, and then we shot Hookman. So nothing had aired yet, Supernatural had not aired, and there were some things they wanted to tie up. And so Hookman was the third filmed episode of Supernatural that would aired as the 7th or 8th, because we had to go back and reshoot a bunch of stuff. Now I go back and watch them, like, this was a good episode. I don't know what they were like. I think it was one of those, they were trying to get the show picked up, and so we had to shoot. Plus we got jumped. Right?
What? You talking to me this whole time?
Hookman was one of my favorite episodes to watch because one of those stories that I tell and enjoy being told, you know, around a campfire or something. But it was a funny situation way back in the day, which was a Wednesday. By the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some other, like, you know, it'd be nice to kill Yellow Eyes again. Or
Ruby.
Pull up, abort. We're fine.
I'm right here.
We're fine. It's fine. We'll just take the tab. That's fine. No, we're good.
I'm fine. I'm not
it's
drunk.
Fine.
I'm
He's
fine.
had it.
Right here.
It's fine. We'll just, I'll just tab out if you just, that's great, thanks.
Seriously, Ruby.
No, we're good. It's fine. I think she said Luby, like the cafeteria. Yeah.
My bad. My ears.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It's fine.
I'm cool. I'm gonna go stretch.
You know, it's fine. We're good. We're just
All right, cool.
thinking about that chicken fried steak at Luby's. That's
Luann platter.
a little Luann platter.
I've had some.
Good times. Good times. I would say if there was one thing that we've dealt with in all of the 307 episodes of Supernatural that we have filmed, if there was one thing that I would really love to not have to deal with again, that would be the bees. Yeah, I could do without the bug episode ever again. If those come back, I'm out.
You know what? I would literally the most uncomfortable I have ever been, or the least comfortable I've ever been. No, was the spitting thing, where there was the guy who was like siren, and he had to like bleak on me, and it was supposed to be in my mouth. It was nasty. And I have a weird thing about spit. Like, if you punch me in the face, I'll be like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's going on? You spit on me, I'll kill you. I mean it. Like, I have it's a weird thing. You could kick me in the shins, you know, you could hit me in the crotch. I'd be like, whoa, what's going on?
It's true. When I talk to him, I don't face him. Just in the off chance that a little lemon comes out.
I mean, it's
I'm
good.
like this. Hey, Jared, listen.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking about maybe what we're doing.
That sounded like spit.
Nope, I swear it wasn't.
Okay.
Wait,
Dude, what's wrong? What's up?
nothing, I'm good.
Okay. Just that wasn't spit, right? That was.
And this is coming from somebody who, do you remember the when you killed the hellhound and that it was like you were laying on your back and you sliced him open?
I killed a hellhound.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You know why? Because you're not a loose chester.
Nor are you, good sir. Well played. So
What was the question? What are we talking about?
What makes you uncomfortable? I don't know.
I don't know. Did we come close to answering any of all of your questions?
Yes.
I hate getting spit on.
Wasn't the question, but there you go.
She's like, I asked which highway to take to San Antonio.
No, it's that way. I'm the person from Kirkenes earlier, if you remember.
God bless you.
Yeah, that was me.
Watch your mouth.
Alright, so my question for you guys is, if you had the chance to change anything about the show, like a little detail, an episode, a character, or even an entire season, what would it be?
It would be set in Norway.
That's really cool. Or even in Tromsø, maybe.
And where?
Tromsø.
God bless you.
Watch your mouth.
Remember Tromsø from one of the episodes?
God bless you.
Watch your mouth.
I like that you don't know where it is.
We'll straighten his legs out, and he's tall again. And we'll straighten his legs out. Oh, he's right there. I didn't realize. What were you gonna say?
Maybe more trips to the barber shop. It's like having a sheepdog in the car. There's not a shop vac out there that can get it all up.
True story. True story. Guten Tag. Or what is Norwegian for thank you?
Talk.
God bless you.
Calm down.
God bless you.
Watch your mouth.
You can say talk.
Talk to you.
No, we're asking you to talk. What is it? How do you say thank you?
Thank you is talk.
Talk?
Talk.
Or tusen takk.
Tusen takk.
Don't do that. Don't say that stuff. God bless
I
you.
feel like I need to go wash my mouth out with soap now.
Oh, goose and talk.
Tusen takk.
Tusen takk.
And
Tusen
thank
takk.
you. Thanks for coming all the way from Norwegian. Just to be here. Pretty awesome. Felt pretty special.
I really thought you were gonna be. You missed a Jared one there because she was like, I came all the way from Norway. I so thought you were gonna go Norway.
I had to think about Norwegian. I said.
But you missed it. You missed it. So I took it. Yeah.
Hi.
Rock and roll, baby!
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm better now, thank you.
Oh, talk. How are you?
I would want to know, who do you guys fanboy over?
understand that question.
You know, would you geek out and go total nerd mind blank?
Yeah,
Like we do when we meet you.
I don't do that.
That was just like a... Someone in the audience over here literally just went... Rob Roy?
That's what it sounded like to me. Get this person a drink.
Anne Boleyn. Yeah, she's dead.
Head cut off.
Yeah, she got her head cut off. Thank you for reminding me. I knew that.
Who would fanboy over? I don't...
Danielle!
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him actually, like, the cool just evaporated from him so fast. I didn't know what happened. And then I realized...
I didn't either. I didn't know what happened either.
I realized he was talking to Eddie Vedder, and I had to remove him from the situation. Just knowing how embarrassed he was going to be after I told him what he was talking about.
Here's the actual story. I'm gonna say it. I'm not a smoker, but we had gone to a charity event, and Eddie Vedder had played with himself and a guitar, and somebody had Dixie Chicks. I pick you. So we, after the event is over, I'm talking to, I think, Adam Sandler or something. Like it's like maybe 60 of us.
We had no business being there. We were really not famous enough to be at this event, but there we were.
And Eddie Vedder comes up to talk to whomever I'm talking to. I think it was like Sandler and another person who maybe was David Spade or something. And he comes up to like say hi to his buddies. I happen to be in the group, and he's smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, play cool, play cool, play cool, play cool. Hey, is that real? And he's like, huh?
I'm standing next to him, and I'm like, what did he just say? Is that real? I'm like,
and
there it was. It was like a vapor cloud of just anything cool that resided in Jared's body just left. And I was just looking at this shell of a person. Hey, is that real? Yeah, this is.
Hey, is that real?
Yeah.
You mind if I do some of it or something? I mean, no biggie or whatever, but I'll do some too. Thanks, man.
That story's changed again.
Thanks, Eddie.
No, man, you can keep it.
True story.
And this is what I then did. I'm like, thanks, Eddie.
But he's over there.
Throw the cigarette down.
I have a cigarette.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't
That was the best was.
I couldn't get him
Thanks,
out there
man.
fast
That's
enough.
good. No, you keep it.
No, man, you can keep it. And he was totally cool too. Like, he couldn't have been cooler about it. He was just like. And then just watch this poor person fumble with something that he's never used before, and then offered it back to him as if he was like, thanks for letting me borrow your smoke, bro. And Eddie was like, he just kind of smiled and he was like, no, man, you keep it.
Yeah, so that's who I nerd over. Thank you very much.
I fortunately have not, I don't think, had a moment like that I can think of, because I avoid them like the plague. If I see somebody that I admire or that I, think I might act anything close to what he did, I won't approach them. In fact, I have this thing like people ask, oh, you know, what are some actors or some musicians that you really admire? And I'll maybe list a couple. They're like, well, why don't you could probably meet them. And I'm like, I don't want to. For two reasons. One, I might act like a fool. Two, they might act like a fool. You're stronger than I am. No, I also don't want that, my perception of them tarnished, you know, and you never know. You never know what you're gonna get. You know, you guys scored with us.
Thank you so much for your question.
It's the last question, you know that? It is the very last question. This is it, one more.
There's no more questions.
There's no more questions.
This is the last question.
Last one, Robbie.
It is last.
You know what I think we ought to do? It's the last question. It's the last question. It's the last question. It's the last question.
What is your name? Her name is Nicole, and I'm gonna sell her out right now in front of everybody. She says to me, I don't want to sit down, I'm too short. Welcome, SBN family, to Nicole from the SBN family.
What is your question?
One of my favorite episodes is French Mistake. So my question is, if somehow your character was to take over your body, and what would be the most noticeable difference, and who would be the first person to notice?
Again, since I'm on Nicole's phone, I'm just gonna say that question number 2 is literally, what do you consider your sexiest moves?
Can we decide which question to answer?
Can we opt for question number 2?
Yeah, all right, here we go. Pretty sexy.
Nothing sexy like the weird.
He also did the Ackles elbows right before.
Elbow. How many elbows?
I've got one other sexy move.
Oh God.
That if that doesn't do the trick, this one really puts it over the top. You ready?
That's hot.
I'm telling you, never failed.
It works out 100% of the time to get people to leave. So what was the question again? Not about sexiest moves?
All right.
I feel like I lost it.
What was the other question?
If your character was to take over,
Hey, let's not go down that road.
That's my sexiest move.
by your character, what would be the most noticeable difference, and who would notice first?
If I was taken over by if we were taken over by a character, oh, funny.
For me, probably voice and anybody who talked to me.
If I was taken over by my character, I don't think I would talk so much because Jared talks a lot. Hey, take it easy.
Cliff. It's Cliff.
What'd you say, Cliff?
He didn't say anything. He said this.
Or if anybody saw me eat, yeah. Yeah, so I feel like if anybody talked to me or saw me eat, they'd be like, wait, you're not eating as much. Are you Sam Winchester? Or hey, you're not talking as much. You're not Jared Padalecki.
Wait a minute. You're not sweating as much. Are you Sam Winchester? And do you have a team of people toweling you off between takes?
True story?
Yes, he does.
Nicole, thank you very much.
Thank you, Nicole.
That was the last question. That was the very last question.
That was it, last question.
That was the last question.
There's no more questions.
There are no more questions.
It took us 3 years to get back here, and it's been a fantastic experience. We can't wait to come again. Big round of applause for Mr. Jensen and Jared Padalecki.
Time.